Welcome everyone to That's a Mess. Nothing happened. First try. First try. We have a very special guest today, iDelia. How are you?
I am great. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think I just had a great day. That's
Yeah,
why.
me too. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. So yeah, Delia, to everyone they're not familiar with you, can you please introduce yourself? Where can they find you?
Well, I am a streamer over on twitch.tv/iDelia. Um,
Nice.
oh gosh, a little about me. I'm always so bad at this part. Well, do. I guess the best way of telling everyone about myself, I love cats. Please send me
uh,
cat pictures. Love cats. I'm a musician. I'm Nintendo
Ooh,
variety streamer, mostly Switch stuff. Maybe one day others, but I don't really have any other consoles. I just like to have fun. I guess that's a good intro,
nice.
maybe.
Yeah, for sure. You bet we're going to talk about all those things. Today, I wanted to start with the streaming side.
Okay.
So, the first question being, how did you decide to start streaming?
Okay. So I've always liked the idea of being a content creator. Many years ago, but really I didn't have that drive for it until about a year ago. The only thing that stopped me from starting to stream a year ago from today or so was literally because my Wi-Fi was trash. I could not handle it would not handle stream. Like I was dropping 95% of my frames or something.
Oh,
So I had to wait until better Wi-Fi. But just I don't know, I like the idea of connecting with people. I like the idea of kind of maybe being someone's light in their life. Just
yeah.
interacting with everyone, playing games. Like I love playing games, talking about whatever. So I think just all of those combined made me really want to be a streamer on Twitch.
That's awesome. How is it going now?
It's going great. I think it's going
Ooh,
fantastic.
nice. I love it. Yeah, I must say from personal experience that I love your streams. Like being there, the
Oh,
vibes are super nice. Yeah, I really, really like it. Everyone should
I,
definitely check your channel out. For
is
how
this
long have you been streaming?
how long? Oh God. I started at the end of April. By the way, this is my cat. We'll talk about her later.
Yes.
The end of April, like April 25th. So people kind of, oh, well, I became affiliate like 2 weeks later. To be
Whoa,
fair,
nice.
I already had followers before because, I was trying to be active a year ago and I was obtaining followers
Oh,
during that part. So like the
mm-hmm.
follower part wasn't hard. But
Nice.
yes,
Yeah.
about 2 weeks later, I became affiliate. People are already getting their 4-month resubs, and that surprises me. I
It's
think,
it's nice, right? Because when you're streaming, you maybe don't see the passage of time. You're just like, and then you go to stream and you're like, wait, people are subbing for 4 months now. Like,
yeah,
we've been doing this for this long. Yeah.
yes, it's so strange, but it's also such an honor that people would want to resub to me.
Yeah, right. It means that the goal that you mentioned a while ago, that just being that light in someone else's life, like maybe making someone's day better and things like that. It seems like it's working, and that's good.
I I mean, I think it's working. I feel so humble talking about me now.
No, we're here for it. Everyone's
All
here
right, all
for it
right,
for
all
sure.
right. Sounds good to me.
How in a segue here, how did you come up with the name, the Idealia?
Okay. It's a little bit of a backstory. So the name Delia without the I is actually the name I chose in Latin. So I took Latin in high school, and there was the whiteboard is filled with names, and the
This is
first or second
so
day
cool.
she's like, hey, pick a name, and I looked at that name Delia, I'm like, that's me. Like there is that connection. Like
I love
this
this
is
so
my name.
much.
And this is literally the name I use everywhere else. Like any profile I make, I try to pick Delia
Yeah.
because that's like my what's it called? Like the internet name, whatever. I don't remember.
Ooh,
It's
I
there's a
had the
word for it.
yeah. It's not persona, right? Internet persona, but not. It's not that
Yeah. You see what
kind
I'm
of.
trying to get with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But unfortunately, the name Delia is taken on Twitch. So I was
Oh.
like, what if I just put an I in front of it? And then it became kind of punny, like, well, Idealia. ideally. And
Mhm.
I love puns, and I'm like, it's available. Let's just go with Idelia.
Perfect. Wow, this story is awesome. Because like if you'd ask me the question, it would be like, oh, I just came up with it. Just like, oh, it's just, it's like
Just
something.
came.
But no, yeah, but like like finding that name in Latin, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Do you know the meaning of the word, or is it like your name in Latin, or is it just a random
De-
word that you picked?
I think Delia is like, or it's Delian, which are like the women of the Delios tribe. I think that's where it
Oh,
originates from.
yeah.
I could
Hmm.
be wrong. It's been a few years, but yes.
Nice, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Something else that I wanted to know, maybe people here are also not familiar. The when when someone sub to your channel, the icon is a marshmallow. So
Mhm.
what's the story behind that? I'm really curious.
I think it's simple enough. My cat, her name is S'more, and well, a marshmallow
Oh,
is kind of a component of a s'more, and so that's kind of like my Twitch theme in a way, is like the graham cracker chocolate marshmallow. I
yeah.
think it gives me a little bit of personality and a little bit of life. I was gonna go with like a different kind of color variant or a different color palette, but it seemed too common. And so my friend's like, what if you just went with the colors of your cat? And I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Or an
That is a
Idelia.
very good idea. Yeah.
Yes, and so that's a little marshmallow and like the other little components. Like if you see my like just chatting screen, like my chat bar is a marshmallow. Oh my gosh, S'more, what do you want?
You want to be
Like
a
it's a
star.
marshmallow.
I love it.
Yes, yes, she's shedding all over the place. Basically cat confetti. But yes. No.
The how here's something I just thought too as well. Do you have how do you pick your games that you stream? I think you mentioned a little bit before. Yeah, just like in general, like not
Mhm.
specifically, but
I mean, I go with mostly what I am interested in. There's a little bit of feedback with the viewers, like, hey, would you rather
yeah.
see this game or this game? And for some reason, I'm always really behind on like the big AAA games like Mario Odyssey. People have played that
Mm-hmm.
for 4 years, but this
Yeah.
is my first time playing it because it's my first time owning
Nice.
it.
It's good because like uh there's no like of course there's the zeitgeist surrounding a game, but the game is there to be played, and when a game is that
Yes.
good, whenever you play, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes. And also brings in many people too. Like there's still new friends that show up and like, oh my god, Odyssey. And I'm like, would you like to try and watch me jump over this cliff I've been falling for the past 20
Yeah,
minutes?
try to get this rabbit.
This one rabbit. That was a really difficult rabbit, okay? You saw that.
Yep. So, uh, not to bring it down here a bit, the other
Okay.
question that I have is uh, something that I wish didn't happen on the internet. But what I want to ask you is that, the internet is a scary place. Being on Twitch, putting yourself out there, uh, and being a woman, it's sad that we have to say that because have you faced any problems in your stream with like people joining, trolling, and things like that?
We've had a fair share of trolls. I don't really have a mercy. If somebody is like
Yeah,
coming in to be a disgusting troll, I just instantly ban them. Like
100%.
I
Yeah, I
don't even
agree.
acknowledge it. Like
Yeah.
even if they say their message, I'll just like quickly time it out, ban them. Like
Hmm.
I don't have time for that.
For sure.
Especially, being a woman content creator, that's
Yeah.
going to happen a lot. So
Yeah, it's quite sad.
that
I like asking this question because
mhm.
it's so sad that we need to bring attention to this in 2021. Like you would
Yeah.
want people to, right? Like just be different and be more respectful and just I don't know, appreciate the diversity that we have. But no, people need to just do
Mhm.
bad stuff.
It also surprises me because people try to make the argument of like, oh, you're a woman, you're doing better than men. It's like not necessarily. You do know like the highest, like the top 70 or 80 content creators on Twitch are all male. Like the first one you get to is like Pokimane at like 84 or something for like the
Hmm.
highest earned ones on Twitch. Like you cannot say like, oh, women are doing better on it's like no 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 no
Yeah.
no 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 no. Get your
Hold
toxic
on.
masculinity men,
Hmm.
nah, they're hard, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad the streaming side is going well. One last thing too, you mentioned you do some just chatting streams. How did those go? Like, do you get is it just for like basically you're chatting with your community, or do you get more people that way as well? Just out of curiosity.
I'm a person who can tell stories. So it's really just me going on tangents and also answering questions they might have. But it also is a time for someone in the community to like chat if they want to, like say, hey, here's how my day went. Like if they're like the primary topic, I am more than happy to like chat with them. We don't necessarily have like an only just chatting stream though. We usually start off streaming, or each stream I usually start off for like 30 minutes or so, like just chatting though. How many
Oh,
times have I said
nice.
just chatting?
But you go for a long time. Like the first like 30 minutes of the
Mhm.
stream is just to like chill, check how
Yeah.
everyone's doing. That's awesome. I should consider something like that. That sounds really good. Last
I
time, uh,
I
the thing I learned last time from Tawija, I don't know if you, Tawija explained me there's something called a spoon theory, which I won't be able to explain to you really in detail, but it's something to do with your the energy you have during the day. So she was saying like you wake up, that's a spoon. So like let's say each person have 4 spoons, and then when you wake up and you go to work, that's 1 spoon. When you do something else, is other spoon. Just like how you're getting more tired during the day, like emotionally. So I asked her on her stream that she has some like symbols on it. And I was like, what does these symbols mean? Sometimes like 3, 2. And then she told me that. And I thought it was a super great idea because when she puts like it's 2 garlic breads on screen, and it shows people like, oh, this is where I am today. This is the amount of energy that I have for this stream. And it's kind of the same vibe that you're saying here when the first 30 minutes of the stream, where you just like talk to people, like how are you feeling? How are people feeling? It's good to have that so people know, right, how you feel, because sometimes I don't know if you can elaborate on this. Like we're also human in a sense, you know what I mean? Just like we have problems, and
Mhm.
it's good to convey that sometimes, right?
Yeah. Something that I really enjoy about some of the community is that they are comfortable reaching out to me. Even though I have to say disclaimer, I'm not a therapist. If you need like legitimate help, please contact someone. But if you need like someone to talk to because you had a bad day or whatever, like my DMs are open. Rest of the Discord is like, please reach out to us.
Nice, yeah.
Mm.
Now to we talked a little about we kind of dropped teases here and there about the games you like to play and things like that. So I wanted to ask you, how did you get into gaming? That's a good topic.
I guess technically from like handheld games, because I had the OG like Game Boy. We had the Game Boy, played like all these Kirby games, and honestly, I don't even remember. It's like all like those cheap like Disney knockoff games, probably. Um, like Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance. I did have a DS, a 3DS. Unfortunately, I think I lost that in the move. I can't find it. My
No.
Pokemon are lost somewhere. My Kyogre. Um, my very first console though was an Xbox 360 back in like
Oh.
27 or 2007, 2006, somewhere around
Mm-hmm.
that time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was funny because there was a time where my family's like, "Hey, let's go to the movies," but like I was like, "I'm not interested in this movie," and I stayed home just playing video games. And I beat
Nice.
the level that no one could beat, and I felt so accomplished that I like left a voicemail to my mom like, "I did it." But I always genuinely enjoy games. I love that
Yeah.
challenge. I love like the story. I'm a big RPG fan. So give me a good
Ooh.
story like Xenoblade Chronicles, chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
Oh, for sure. That those games. I don't know if you. Just as an anecdote here, the next Xenoblade Chronicles might be announced this year and
I
come out like
know
next year. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm
there's
really
rumors.
excited.
It's just rumors,
Yep.
but I am excited. Not like I have the Xenoblade Pro controller or anything.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah, that series to me it's also like 10 out of 10. It's super good.
Mhm.
What is
Yes.
so interesting question now then. What is your favorite game then? I know
It's
it's a
so
difficult question, right?
yeah, yeah. It's like I have a hard time saying what my favorite of anything is because I just enjoy many things. Oh God.
Oh.
I mean, I do really love Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because like there was kind of a hiatus where I just kind of stopped playing video games like when I went into college. And I
Oh.
got this game randomly, it was on clearance. And I remember literally going home from work, changing, and just sitting down playing this game for like 6 hours. And it just kind of revitalized that love of video games to me. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to play more video games. Like, I love this. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the battle system, even as frustrating as it can be for newcomers. I mean, I guess that's one of my
Nice.
favorites.
Yeah. The so basically when you grew up playing games, would you say you're like, I guess you're, I don't know if you would be like an Xbox, because like you know when people say like, oh, I'm a Nintendo kid, I'm a Sony kid,
Yeah.
do can you tell if you're like, oh, I'm an Xbox kid, or not really? It's like, did you grow up basically playing like Nintendo games? Do
hmm
you remember?
I would say I was both. I was like all of them except PlayStation. I've never owned a
Oh,
PlayStation. So I can't really say that I've been a PlayStation person, but they do have good games.
yeah.
Um, I would say now I'm definitely Nintendo, like very heavy on Nintendo. There's not really much in Xbox anymore that I'm super interested in.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm just clueless because I don't have any of the newer
Yeah,
consoles, which
for sure.
could be a case.
Yeah, because
But
when
yeah,
you're
I mean, peace. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, and there's also PC. Like, I love PC games as well. Typically, those like cheesy CD games, like, oh, you're gonna be a detective on the Titanic. Can you save it from sinking? Plot twist: you can't. It's the Titanic. But the kind of those games as well.
Yeah, have you played Obra Dinn? I think it's the
I've
return. Is it
never,
Return of the Obra Dinn? I think that's the name of the game.
I've never heard of that.
Because when you said you're a detective on the Titanic, I'm like, oh, that's the first game I
Mm,
thought of. Because you're not really a detective, but you're on a boat trying to figure out what happened on that boat. I think
yeah,
you would love that game. It is a PC game. It might be on Switch as well. I don't know if it actually released on Switch, but it's a really really good game.
it is on
Highly
Switch.
recommend
I'm
it.
googling it right now.
Return of the Obra Dinn. Yeah,
Yes.
it's an indie game. It's super good. Highly
Okay.
recommend it. What are
Nice.
your now? It's kind of a gaming question, but I think this is a good question too. What are your other passions besides gaming?
Besides gaming, I love watching anime. I'm so excited. Like I'm caught up on the My Hero season and the new episode comes
Oh,
out tomorrow. I have it
nice.
like in my calendar. Oh, sorry for that noise. More just knocked over my water bottle. It's fine. You know how it is with the cat.
Yep.
Anime, just chatting with friends, people. I do love photography. I guess that's my job. I guess that's
Oh, I
kind of
see.
something I do enjoy to do. I also am a musician. I play trumpet
Ooh,
primarily.
nice. That's awesome. So yeah, I like that because uh I don't know if there's like a stereotype where maybe someone on the internet is a little bit antisocial, that kind of thing. But like you saying that, like you just like friends and talking with friends, like that's awesome. That's really really cool. And of course, the musician tops everything else because that's awesome.
It is. I started back when I was like a sixth grader in middle school. And I was like, what if I joined band? And here I am like 15 years later and I still play trumpet.
It was a great decision. Come on, right?
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Like I've gotten paid for playing my instrument. Like I think that's a good decision.
Nice. Yeah. You were saying uh, photography is kind of your work. So basically you do that professionally? Do you put your work out like in an Instagram for people to see or anything like that, or not really?
Um, I only do that if it's like when I volunteer. Like for instance, I did it for my university's marching band. Like I took all their pictures and I had them like on Flickr or whatever and Facebook.
Yeah.
But like for my job, I we primarily take pictures of graduates. So I unfortunately don't work too many hours in the summer.
I see.
But yeah, but we will do like senior photos and like graduate photos, which is decent throughout the year. I mean, it pays well. And I do enjoy
Nice.
it. Like photography was just a hobby and somehow landed me a job more than my degree. Whoops.
Well, that's how things goes for sure.
Yeah.
But like, it's nice that it was a hobby, something that you like to do, and now you get to work with it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Going back to Nintendo a little bit here. Last week we discussed here on the show how Nintendo sometimes gets a pass on a few things. Like they're behind on trends, like online trends, that kind of thing. I would like to get your opinion of it. Do you think the industry really gives Nintendo a pass sometimes, or their games are so good that we need to overlook the fact that the internet is bad or things like that?
I feel like Nintendo's definitely outdated at times, especially communicating with gamers. Because I forgot what it was specifically, but like there's kind of like that weird controversial. I think it had to do with like Smash Bros. Melee. I think they had some issue,
Ooh,
but like
yeah.
people really do love Melee. And like
Hmm.
I don't know, they were trying to cancel the online function. I
Yeah,
think that's what it was.
there was an online competition
Hmm.
and they canceled it because they didn't want people playing with the like a modded version or something.
Even though it's their game and that would sell more copies and help them, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nintendo's very stingy when it comes to that. I guess there is a lot of nostalgia factor. I personally don't have that nostalgia factor, but it's like I love the characters. I love the Mario franchise, Kirby, like
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, the Xenoblade. Like I love the Nintendo franchises. Those are probably always my favorite go-tos. So I
Mhm.
guess they would have that pass because I love their games. But also I think they might need to hire maybe someone younger and just like know what the people are trying to say. Us
Yeah.
gamers are trying to speak.
I feel like the Splatoon team, when they finally, because I remember Splatoon was their first new IP after years and years and years. So
Mhm.
like it's nice and it's a new like I think it's younger people on Nintendo doing that too. So it's like it's really cool to see what these new and younger people in the company can do. So I agree with you there. Maybe it's time to maybe change a little bit. Just let the younger people maybe see where things are going. Yeah, I agree. They can sometimes be a little rigid, right, with their changes and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's just
Would
like you can
you?
back off just a little
Yeah.
bit. It'll be okay.
Would you want the Nintendo, like a Nintendo console, to play other games as well? Because like having just a Nintendo console can be a little sad because you see all these other games being released. You're like, oh, I can't play this.
Yes, that is so true. I think recently, like, one of my favorite games is Slime Rancher, and it finally got announced for Nintendo Switch after like 3 years on other consoles. It's like, come on, please release other games. Like, I love the fact we get indie games. It's really kind of branching my interest to those games.
Yeah.
Like, I actually am trying to maybe incorporate like once a month to play a new indie game on like Friday or whatever to experience that. Typically like a puzzle escape room. But we've only done that once so far. But hey, Friday's coming up. It is Friday, but maybe the next Friday. I
That's a
had
great idea.
another
Yeah.
thought. And I just totally forgot it. But yes.
In regards to indies, yeah, because the indies do. We're gonna talk about indies later on the show.
Mhm.
But yeah, indies. I like what Nintendo is doing with indies because there are great indies in there. You know, like and
Mhm.
you can use your Switch to play indies.
Yes, it's like perfect for it. It's like I love when those games are perfect, but I do understand something like you're not going to see God of War on Nintendo Switch. Correct me if it is on
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch, but like
No, it's
I don't
not.
think the Nintendo Switch can handle those graphics. It's like what, capped at 720p? I think that's what
The
it is.
Switch,
Yeah,
it's handheld 720, and on the TV docked, it upscales to 1080.
it does.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
maybe
so.
the article I read just lied to me.
I think so. Am I wrong, chat? I think it upscales to 1080
I'm not
to full
sure.
HD.
Oh,
Really?
we can always check it out later. Oh, sorry. Not me
I'm
having
like,
an earthquake
there's
in
no
my
way
room.
Nintendo is this behind. I'm just like not,
I
they
don't
could be.
know. We just talked about it with Nintendo.
Yeah. The Here's something that, in regards to Nintendo too, since you stream most Nintendo games, I wanted to ask you if there's any Nintendo series that you wanted to see come back, maybe, or another entry in the series.
I'm on the hype train that Xenoblade Chronicles X needs to be ported over to Nintendo Switch
Whoa!
because it's only on the Wii U, and you
Yeah,
know how unsuccessful the Wii U is. But I
I
want to
had
play
one.
that game.
Oh, you never played it.
No, I haven't. I haven't played it because I don't have a Wii U.
I had a Wii U and I never played it. I'm sorry.
See
The
that you don't have an excuse then. You can
yeah.
play it. I have an excuse.
But I have a friend that definitely swears by that game. Like that game also like is really really good, and people should experience it. So yeah, why
Mhm.
they it's interesting, right? Like why is that game not on Switch? Because they ported a lot of other titles. Like maybe if they ever, I can see they do in maybe Xenoblade Chronicles X2 or something like that, and maybe they port the first one. Maybe they're waiting out. I don't know. Just
I don't know. I don't know what
speculation,
they're
you
doing.
know. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
good
like
answer.
they
That's
would just get
awesome.
more money if they did that. Like I just don't
Exactly.
understand why they haven't done it. They basically did it with like Skyward Sword. There's a
Yeah.
little bit of HD. It's like you can just bump it up for Xenoblade Chronicles X, plop it on the Switch, and I'll be happy for like 100 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I love games that are like 100 hours plus, like JRPGs. I'm like all in. I'm like, please, I love it.
Yeah.
So, on the top of maybe we already know where this is going, but on the top of your head now, we've been talking about Xenoblade Chronicles, but on the top of your head, what's a game you'd recommend everyone to play?
Hmm. I feel like Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Like I know that's
nice.
different. It wasn't Xenoblade. Oh my god. I think just Breath of the Wild is just a timeless game. Like even if you're new to video games, if you're older to video games, if you're just like if you're nostalgic for Zelda, if you are completely new to the Zelda franchise, like I think that game is just incredible. You can do literally whatever you want. You can go save Ganon in your underwear, or not save Ganon.
Yep.
Save Zelda, fight Ganon in your underwear, or you can literally get all the Divine Beast, all the shrines, all the Korok seeds, and then go save Zelda as she's trying to hold back Ganon.
Yep.
But it's just you have that free range. You have like a wonderful soundtrack. You have just like the continuous hunts for like the Korok seeds. It kind of give you life, as annoying as they are. But I just think that's a game that everyone should play.
Nice. I love that. So, it's safe to assume that's like your favorite Zelda game?
It is the only one I've played. Whoops. I do have Skyward
Oh, I
Sword. We're
see.
gonna do Skyward Sword later this year. I cannot talk.
Nice. I never played Skyward Sword myself, but I did play other Zelda, and surprisingly enough, Breath of the Wild is not my favorite. I know it might be a shock.
I'm out now.
Stream over.
I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna grab the water
But
that's
yeah,
more dropped.
uh, while you drink your water, yeah. For me, I like Ocarina of Time more than I like Breath of the Wild. So yeah, I highly recommend. I know it's on 3DS. Maybe they'll do a port one day to like another console. We gotta wait. It's Nintendo, but I really really enjoy yeah, Ocarina of Time.
You mentioned 3DS, but all I'm reminded of is I lost
Oh
mine in the
no, that's
move.
true.
How am I supposed to play
I
it?
shouldn't have mentioned it.
You brought back the memories, the painful
No,
memories.
we were talking about like bringing back Xenoblade Chronicles. It was Chronicles X, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bringing that back, and I definitely think that they should bring Wind Waker back. Like Wind Waker HD was on Wii U. I played it for the first time there. That
Mhm.
game is amazing. It's like so good, and it's just like sitting on a dead console right now. You know, like why not just update it or something? Like they don't even need to do like a physical release. Like just put it out uh
Yeah.
digitally, you know, just like on the eShop or something. The game is ready. Like I'm sure it could work on Switch and everything, but
Yeah. So that makes me think again, why did they pick Skyward Sword out of all the Legend of Zelda games to
Oh, and then
come
I'm
back
like,
this year? They could have had
and
Wind
now,
Waker. I would
yeah,
have
but now
loved to
that
play Wind Waker.
you said it, I'm like, oh, let me get you started on all the
Mm.
rumors and theories about that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, people are
okay.
saying, just like kind of a TLDR, people are saying that it might be a very specific pick in regards to Breath of the Wild 2, because we're
Mm,
going up in the sky on Breath of the Wild 2.
true.
So they're saying there might be like a connection, but maybe like just something like, oh, let's just get people with the lore of Skyward Sword, which is like the first game in the series, because Skyward Sword is like the beginning of the whole timeline, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
I don't
So
know.
maybe they're thinking that, just like, let's get everyone familiar with this for the next game. That's a theory. Maybe there's nothing to do with it. But yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, I definitely can see that now after you've made the Breath of the Wild 2 connection. Like, I can definitely see why they would release that. Is it confirmed
Yeah.
or is it just a rumor?
Of what? That we're going to the sky?
Well,
On
I
the
mean, I guess in Breath of the Wild 2 we are, but like if it's connected to Skyward
Oh
Sword. But
no,
I,
the
I guess we
connection
don't
is
know
just a
yet.
rumor. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
know. But it's just what people think. But like, it's Nintendo, so it's like, I think
Mm,
it's just like they wanted to do it. you know,
yeah.
I was like, there's nothing there. Now, uh, we should switch focus now, to some live questions. This should be really fun because I'm really looking forward to this part because, as you mentioned at the start of the stream, you do love cats and you have cats. So the first
Do
question that I had here was if you have any pets. But basically, we how many cats you have? That should be the question. Oh, look at S'more.
she's so tired. She's like, "Mother, why did you pick me up?" Oh gosh, how many? We currently have like 5 in the house. But
Oh,
S'more's
that's the
like mine.
dream. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have 3 kitties. 2 of them are calico. One is like 10 years older than S'more. She is the youngest, believe it or not. Then we have Boots. Chat loves Boots. He's a stinky boy, but for some reason he likes him. We even have an emote for Boots.
Nice. You were frozen there for a little bit, but I
Yeah,
think you're
I
back.
saw and I was just like, okay. You were still able to hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We had
So Chad
Boots and
loves
then
boots.
yes, the chat freaking loves him. They're just like, "Boots, my king," and I'm just like, "He stinks. He
Boots is
splashes his face."
the black cat, right?
Yes, that's the black and white cat is Boots.
Nice.
We also have a bird. She is believe a green wing Amazon. She's quite smaller,
Whoa.
or no, it's a macaw, not an Amazon. But yes, she's quite smaller than the ones we've had before. I
Mm-hmm.
grew up with macaws and parrots. It's a weird fact.
That is awesome.
I'm trying to find like a picture.
So basically, you grew up with so many pets that like you just love pets now, right? Like you,
Mhm.
whenever you go live by yourself or something like that, you're definitely gonna. Oh, it's so cute.
Her
Look
name's
at it.
Ralphie. Yeah, she's cute. She's really
uh,
sweet though.
is she one of those that likes to talk as well, or no? You know,
She
there's
likes to
some.
make Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We like the parent we had like always used to say stuff, but only like certain
Mhm.
words and could say my name and sometimes sing a song, believe it or not. But
Whoa.
Ralphie is more like little chirps and like little "Ooh," like a little coos. And
Yeah.
I guess if she's hungry and I didn't hear her, she will scream and I'm just like, "Please, you are loud."
Do you plan on, uh, whenever you move out or something like that? Do you plan on also having lots of pets, like besides cats, or just staying with the cats?
I think just cats for now. Birds are quite high maintenance, and I don't know if I'd be able to take
Oh,
care of one like living on my own. But
yeah.
for now, we just have kitties.
I
Yes.
definitely want to have, yeah, I definitely want to have cats for sure. I can't have any right now, but like, even, do you have allergies or not?
I mean, if I were to like stuff my face into her fur and just inhale it for 5 minutes, yes, I will have allergies. But thankfully, I'm not like allergic and not going to start sneezing because she's this close to me.
Yeah. I think uh I'm allergic, but if I'm close to a cat, like I won't just like start sneezing right there. But if I
Hmm.
get like be around a cat for long enough, or even a dog, I might start sneezing. But I still love pets. I still love cats and
Yes,
dogs.
I love pets. I don't think we never we've always had a pet. We've
Hmm.
always had something. I grew up with corgis too. I'm a corgi person when
Whoa!
it comes to
Yeah.
dogs. Yes, cats, corgis. We had frogs. We literally had everything that
Whoa!
wasn't a reptile.
How was it taking care of a frog? Do you remember?
They were like kind of the little water frogs, so we basically just had a giant gallon tank for them, and just they
Yeah.
would just float around. Feeding them was the weirdest part because they were like frozen worms, and I had to like cut them up so it's more like
Oh.
they could eat it. It was
Is it one of those
interesting.
where you like you would get the food next to them and then they grab it, or you put it right next to their mouth?
Since it was frozen, we usually just kind of plopped it into the tank and it,
Oh, I
like
see.
try to, aim
Oh,
for the
because it's
frog.
underwater. I
Yeah.
see. It's not. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can't really go in and like, all right.
yeah.
They
Grab
were
this.
really cute though. They were quite small, like both of them were maybe like this
Oh,
big.
yeah,
Yeah,
really
something like
tiny.
that. Yeah.
Hmm. That's awesome. But do you only take care of s'mores? It's s'mores, right? Or do you have to take
uh,
care of all the cats as well, just like food and all that?
Occasionally, like I will have to feed or take care of the rest of them. Like if I'm the only one here, typically the other people do take care of the other pets. Like S'more is mine though. Like I will take care of
Yeah.
her.
Is it different? Like because you live in a house with 5 cats, like can you really like what I want to ask is like you can see the difference, right? Like the way S'mores is around you and then the other cats, like is it
Yes.
evident?
Oh, it's very evident. Like she will not leave the room, like my room, unless I leave my room for longer than a minute, then she'll come after me. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I'm gone like long like today I was out of the house from like 10 to 5 at least. Like I was busy today. And she came back, she like jumped on my shoulder cuz she does a thing where she turns into a
That's so
scarf and
cute.
I have to carry her to my room like as the hunchback. But yes, like she definitely has that connection. I always wonder if she has like a separation anxiety and I hope not,
Mm-hmm.
but thankfully she would have the other pets. But yes, like she's very it's very apparent that she likes me the most.
Yeah. How old is S'mores?
She is 8.
Oh,
We
nice.
we don't know her actual birthday, but we're thinking it's about the same time I started streaming, so we'll just call it that.
I like it.
Yeah, we
So, yeah,
I
I remember
rescued
you
her like
mentioning.
oh sorry.
No, that's what I was gonna ask. I remember you mentioning all the cats and everything are all rescues and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm. Yes, we rescued S'more. Well, we found her as a stray. Like almost all of the animals we had are a stray. Obviously not the bird. The bird was a different case.
Hmm.
But like we've always had a stray and just taken them in. Um what was it? S'more was found with like her other brothers and like each one of my friends in the friend group like took one of the kittens.
Oh,
And I'm really glad I took her when I did because then it was the summer right before I started college. And thankfully, I was able to live in an apartment that allowed pets. And so, like, after a long day of college, you're drained, you're exhausted, and you're just like, I just need to sleep. And then you have a cat lay on your lap, start purring, and it's like, this is the best thing ever.
that's what I want. Yep.
Yes. Her gotcha day is like somewhere in the middle of June.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I always like to tell people just like adopt. Like
Yes.
adopting is definitely the best way to go. There's so many cats in shelters and all that. Like, I
Hmm.
don't know. Do you also like watching cat videos online? Because that's what I do with my time. Like most of the time, I'm just watching cat videos.
Sometimes. My mom actually sends me cat videos. You know
Oh,
when
that's nice.
moms are just like, "Oh, you like this one thing," and then start showering you with like all of that thing.
Yep.
She's like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, you like cats." She'll like send cat cards. She'll send like cat videos. She'll
Yeah.
send like literally anything that even has like a cat on it. And like I think
Hmm.
I've gotten a Hello Kitty thing, and I'm just like, "Mother, you don't need to send that." But I appreciate the sentiment.
Is cat you like? And then
Yeah,
just
it
send
literally is
every.
like, "Cat, you're gonna like." I'm like, you can
Yeah.
limit it. It's okay.
I mean, cats are cute, but
They are
okay.
cute. Yes.
Going now to if I think about any more things that I want to know about cats, because I love cats, I will ask later. But now we should switch the focus a little bit to the fact that you mentioned you're also a musician. Like I
Yes.
read on your channel description as well that you mentioned that you're a musician, and I think that is amazing. So I wanted to know, we already mentioned what instrument you play,
Hmm.
and how do you let that creative side of you out? Like, do you just play by yourself, like make music?
So actually, one of my channel point redemptions is for me to sing. Like sometimes they can suggest what I sing as long as I know what it is, or they'll have me sing what I'm doing. And once we had me
Whoa.
sing a compliment to a person in chat, and that was fun. But like, I'm trying to be like trying to get that musically inclined whateverness to come through. Even though
Yeah.
I did not major in singing, I major in music instrumental. But oh well. I just the thing about it is like trumpet is loud. And like I haven't adjusted my mic to like take the sound of a trumpet. So
Yeah,
if I
for
play,
sure.
I literally have to do this like away from the microphone so you guys aren't deafened.
Yeah.
Like I have my pocket trumpet next to me. I'm not playing it. I'm not going to
I'm
play
not
it on
gonna
this
ask.
stream.
I'm not gonna ask.
Good. I don't think S'more would like that. She actually doesn't like when I play trumpet, which makes me feel
Too
really
loud,
bad.
maybe?
Mhm. She
Yeah.
doesn't like the loud, but
Hmm.
yeah, but I do have a mute or something that I can like put into the
Whoa,
bell
yeah.
as I'm playing to like kind of take back the
Muffle.
volume. Yeah, to
Mm,
muffle it.
that's awesome. Do you like have like a place where you maybe have some music ideas that you put aside, like that kind of thing?
I don't really have anything else besides like the channel point. I am trying to find a gig. So as a trumpet player, you typically
Yeah.
kind of get like hired to play usually around Christmas or Easter. Those are the big ones, usually with the church or whatever. Like they'll come in and be like, "Hey, can you play this one thing, one rehearsal, perform?" Like when before I moved, like I had a very consistent gig like every year, which was
Hmm.
really nice. And like that's kind of an emergency money. Like that's going into the
Yeah.
funds of like if my car broke down, like, that's what I
Hmm.
can use it for. But it's just like I don't know. I don't really create my own music unless I am like doing the whole singing as I'm playing for the channel
Yeah.
point. But other than that, like I don't know. I'm really bad at music theory. I'm very bad. I think I barely passed that class in college. It's rough.
Yeah. But I like that by doing the channel point thing, you're basically keeping that flame alive, you know? Like it's just a way to
Yeah.
also, I guess, inspire people in a way too.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
yeah, I can see
imagine,
that.
right? Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, I can imagine maybe someone joins a stream, it's part of the community, maybe that person is in high school, college, and maybe is thinking about joining a band, you know, and then seeing your musical side or anything like that could inspire a person to like try it.
Aw.
And music is
It
awesome, so
Yes, it actually kind of reminds me of a little story. I believe he's in chat right now, but our friend Gfo, he actually is a musician overseas in the UK, and like Twitch
oh
recommended him to me, or like Twitch recommended me to him, whatever. And like he stopped by in his stream and he heard that I play trumpet. He's like, "I'm a trombone player. I teach band," and we're just like, oh my god, music people. And like we're supposed to have a duet at some point. We're planning it.
yeah.
Or like we'll
Oh,
do it
that's
like
gonna be
recordings. I'll
awesome.
play trumpet, he plays trombone, whatever, and it'd just be so
Yeah,
fun. Oh, I
that's
just need to make
awesome.
some free time for it.
I can't wait for that. That's a tease, everyone. That stream
That's
will
it.
come one day. It's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
Do you uh like, you're a musician, do you enjoy listening to music sometimes for inspiration? What do you like to listen to?
Course, yeah. Like there's never like if I'm shopping, if I'm driving, if I'm doing whatever
Yep,
besides streaming, I'm listening to music. Like there's
it's me.
always something going on.
Yeah.
The thing is like I love most genres except for like I'm not a huge fan of like metal or screaming
Yeah.
metal,
Hmm.
but like I will listen from like Broadway musicals to like wind ensemble literatures to what is it? Like hip hop, like today's hits, like old school rock. Not
Nice.
not really country. I try to
Hmm.
avoid that. But yes, like there's always something going on.
Nice. Do you have any recommendations of something you're listening to recently?
I usually just shuffle everything. I guess I've been listening more Paramore again because for some reason I
Whoa,
want to relive
nice.
the 2010s angsty years, whatever, with Paramore. I
I
love
must
Haley
confess
Williams,
that,
though.
yeah, Paramore, I liked Paramore. What I want to say is the only thing that I didn't like of Paramore was the latest album. For some reason, the latest album didn't click with me. I don't know why.
It is a different style. It's not
Yeah,
quite like aggressive, but not really aggressive. Like
yeah, it didn't
the
click with
new
me,
one was
but
more laid back and kind of was
hmm
just more like you have to understand. I guess all of Paramore, you just understand the lyrics and all of that, but I just like I don't know. It's definitely not for everyone.
yeah, but not to say, no, I'm not saying it's bad, you know, like I know it's good because a lot of people love it. It's just like it didn't click for me for some reason. Yeah,
I
recently
yeah, that's okay. It's more soothing things.
I I've been listening to today actually. I don't know if you like Lizzo or not, if you listened to Lizzo before, but
Mhm.
Lizzo released a new song today, and literally my whole day since I woke up, I've been listening to that song nonstop.
I love it. I love also
Like
that Lizzo is a
nonstop.
flute player. I love that so much.
Yes.
Like you
I,
have this like famous singer, but also will play an instrument at the same time. And I'm just like, thank you.
yeah,
Represent. Like you know how many like middle school kids decide to pick the flute because of Lizzo.
because
It was
yeah.
definitely an increase. I think there was
hmm
some study. I can't find it right now, but
That's
yes.
great. Yeah. I must tell you, I've been to a Lizzo show once.
Oh,
And I
really?
must say, yeah, I must tell you, it is so hype when she grabs the flute. It's like
Yes.
the best thing in the world. And she does like
Oh.
this badass solo on the flute, and everyone's like losing their
Everyone's gonna lose their
minds.
mind, like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
she's playing
yeah.
A sharp on flute, I can't believe it."
It's
Like,
really, really good. Yeah.
oh, I
Which
would
is the
love to go
same
to
thing
a
we
class.
talked about, right? The inspiration, like inspiring people to like go ahead
Mhm.
and play the flute. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Lizzo is definitely an inspiration for that, and I just want her to keep doing what she's doing.
For sure.
Queen. She is a queen.
I agree. I agree. Uh, I think we touched on everything here relates to games, streaming, life. I think we should go ahead and start our next segment. I'm looking forward to it. So last week we went, Tawijo went to a restaurant, but this week we're going to a cat cafe to
Mhm.
fit the theme. I've never been to a cat cafe before, but I wanna go one day because cat cafes are awesome. By the way,
Mhm.
everyone, this is we're gonna talk about gaming news. This is a segment where we're gonna talk about some gaming news, and we have this cool way to do it. So basically, Delia, right now you're in a cat cafe, and you're gonna basically order some food here. But when you went through the door, you sign a contract that it does say that you need to eat all three meals. You cannot skip any of them. but the
Okay,
thing
okay.
is, but the thing is, you can choose the order in which you want to consume these meals. So this is paradise, by the way. There are many cats around. Perfect
Mhm.
place. So
Okay.
for today, you can choose which one do you have first, the sweet, the meat, or the spice?
What was that last one? Sorry.
Sweet, meat, or spice?
Oh, spice. Okay, I
Yeah.
was like I heard spa, and I was like, "Pasta?"
Wait, what?
I really don't like spicy foods.
Ooh, is
I
that gonna be
guess
the first or last one
I
then?
would I would assume that would be the first one because then I'll do well, it depends how spicy. Because if it's not too spicy, but like just enough kick, like I'll eat it, but like I will quickly get some like meat or what like
Yeah.
sweets afterwards to kind of counteract that. But if it's
hmm
like, ooh, if it's super spicy and
I
like
must
I have
say, today
sorry.
it's not that spicy. No, I was just gonna say
Okay.
today it's not that spicy.
Okay, good, good. They forgot some of the cut,
Yeah.
some of the spice. Okay. Probably will still go with the spice first. Probably the meat second. I do like some savory
Ooh.
food, but then I'd go with sweets. Like I love sweets. You don't understand how much I love sweets. I all my teeth are sweet teeth. I don't have a sweet tooth. They're all sweet.
I love that.
They're all sweet. But yes, I freaking love sweets. I probably would have that one last, and like that would be the dessert in my mind. So I think that
Oh,
would kind of have me in a better mood where it's like, okay,
yeah.
spice is gone, the meat was good, we're good. Let's just have some sweets, pet some cats.
Nice. I like it. So for
Uh,
today's spice, uh, earlier this month, Niantic decided to
mm,
roll back a few features from Pokemon Go that was added before the pandemic, because of the pandemic, I want to say,
mhm.
like accessing Pokestops and gyms from a bigger distance. And then a Twitter account, Brandon1091, shared that these changes had a positive impact in the community as a whole. For example, disabled people were able to interact more with the game. People didn't have to reach points of interest by trespassing or doing anything like that. It basically prevented risks. So, like, even above the pandemic itself, this whole thing had a great impact in the game. After the outcry, Niantic did release a statement saying that they'll hear the community, and they said, I quote, I quote, the reason and why they did the changes is for people to connect to real places in the real world and to visit places that are worth exploring. That's what's basically why they changed it, their excuse. But they also said that they're going to have some leaders in the community and have a team working on this. So what I want to know today is, what's your opinion about the situation? And do you think, are they right to go back on it now? Do you think if they waited a little longer to change it, the response would have been better?
I guess I literally know nothing of this. So whatever you just described is what I'm going off of. Oh gosh. So they made the update not for people for the accessibility, but for you to adventure the world. Is that what it was?
So yeah, they changed it first because of the pandemic. You could access it from
Mm-hmm.
far away, and then they
Yeah.
did the rollback, went back on it because they wanted, end quote,
Oh.
people to connect to real places again, like in the real world, and visit places are worth exploring. That's why they went back to how it was before.
But that's just taking a step back though, because you already made it more accessible for everyone to be able to play this. So why it's just it's rattling my brain. You can't hear it, but my brain's like going all over the place. But it's just like people were able to come on Nintendo, come on Niantic. Like people
Yeah.
were able to access it easier. Like I studied music education in college. Like I had to work with like finding ways to make it accessible, all the lectures, all like my student teaching time for every student, because there's different learning abilities. There's going to be like different like things. There's might be someone that's deaf, and like I would have to work with that. It's like,
Yeah.
why would you go back on something that helps somebody? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like maybe they will maybe one day go into a venture that actual landscape, but like they are doing what they're doing. They're not trying to like take advantage of it. Like, oh, I don't need to go outside and walk these eggs anymore. It's like, but
Hmm.
ah,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like flustered from this.
Yeah, it does get me like that as well, because it seems like they made these changes just like, oh, pandemic, change this, and then, oh, when the
Yeah.
pandemic is over, roll it back. But the thing is, too, it's not even over. The
Yeah,
pandemic is
it's
not
still
over.
here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think if they waited a little longer, would the response have been better?
I feel like the response would have happened regardless of the pandemic ending. Ended, please wear a mask, please be safe. But like,
Exactly.
I feel like this outcry would have just happened regardless of them removing it or going back on the accessibility. And like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
This post on Twitter that I found by Brandon1091, it's a really good post, just like saying the good points on what the changes made, and it's a good point of view, because I wasn't aware, just like, oh, this whole change was so good for disabled people. It was so good for there were some other points as well, like people with autism and other conditions like that. that helped them, like for them to appreciate the game in a different way. And you're like, and then you're just gonna roll back those, right? Like those features. It's so weird for a company to do that.
Like, I'm sure everyone had a positive, like, a positive reflection on it. So were they even listening to people when they removed it, or were they just like, "Oh, pandemic over, remove"? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I guess
Are
that's my train of
they?
thought.
Yeah. Do you think? Because the thing is too, I believe everything is still in effect. Like they didn't roll back the rollback. It's still the way it was before the pandemic. They didn't went back on it. Still, what they're saying is that they're gonna have a team exploring it, talk with the community leaders to see the good impact. I think I feel a little resistance from them, right? Do you agree?
It sounds like they're hesitating on doing that then.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, we're gonna talk to people, but like, aren't you reading the outcry? Aren't you understand, or like,
Yeah.
my brain's like on fire at this point. I
Yeah,
can't
because
believe
it's a little, yeah, it's a little rage inducing in a sense. Just like, why would a company do that? Yeah,
it.
I agree. But like, do you feel the effects? Like, you play the game, do you feel it? Is it something you want it to be, to have it back or something like that? Personally?
I jumped back into Pokemon Go when I was moving in March, but now it's kind of just been like I forget it exists. So I guess I
Mm-hmm.
don't personally, I'm not really affected by it anymore. So I guess
Yeah.
that's also why I don't really know what to say or how my brain's gonna like put these words into sentences for this, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Interesting. Yeah, I played Pokemon Go before, and I remember uh, I knew people that played it a while back during the pandemic, and I remember that the changes were really good. Like it made so everyone could interact with the Pokestops, the gyms, and it made the game feel alive during this time. And I'm pretty sure they got a lot of new players too, because people were locked up in their homes, and then they like, oh, I want to play something. Maybe they don't have a computer or console or something like that, and everyone today have a phone. So I'm pretty sure they must have seen in like, right, like a peak in player or something like that. But to just, I think, as like everything else, I think this decision might be money driven as well. They see the spike in players, and then they're like, oh, it's time to roll this back, because then people need to go back to getting close to the Pokestops. If not, they're gonna buy the things that make it go faster or something like that. It might be
Hmm.
attached to that in a way.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm out of words at this point for this topic. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Basically, we just hope that. Yeah, I completely understand, because it is like difficult to put those things together. Like, why did they, right? Like, what? Just like what it was supposed to, like, why did they do this to the game? Yeah, I completely understand.
Mm.
But yeah, basically, Niantic, please roll it back, the rollback, roll the rollback back.
Roll the roll.
Just like, go back to, the pandemic is not over. Niantic, wake up. By the way, the
Hmm.
company is Niantic. By the way, I should have checked this. I don't know if Niantic is in Japan or not. I should have checked it, because it's like, if Niantic is in Japan, it's like Japan is going through like a really difficult time with the pandemic right now. Like the whole world, like everywhere, like the Delta variant, everything. Like, please, it's not the time to get people out in the streets or anything like that. So
Hmm.
please, Niantic, that's how we end this. That's how we end the spice. Just like, please, Niantic, be better.
Please, just just do better. Like somebody, I feel like somebody just needs to slap their wrist. Like, just do better, okay? Just do better. Just think
Yep.
about this, or more so, listen to us and just do better.
Yep.
That's it. Like nothing more aggressive, obviously.
I agree. I agree. For today's, so we're going with the meat next, correct?
Hmm.
today's meat here in this special cat cafe, everyone, is that
Okay.
Xbox has been trying some different things in the industry with Game Pass, bringing their first-party titles and other titles to the service. Like at release, they come out already in the service. As of April this year, the service had 23 million subscribers, and as a personal, I have here like personal experience because what I want to say is like I started using Game Pass just like a month ago, I want to say, maybe 2 months ago. And it's
Mm-hmm.
great. Like you have all these games at your disposal, so many games that you can play. Basically, I paid like $1, you know what I mean, for the first 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really good service. So my question is, how do you see this in the industry in a sense of like, do you think this is the future? Like going with a subscription model for games, basically like a Netflix of games, you know? Is it a trend that you maybe will see Nintendo, Sony following? What do you think about that too? And if it's the right decision for Microsoft? That's basically the.
Things similar to this with PlayStation? I don't think so.
Sorry? Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's okay. Is there something similar to this for PlayStation,
So
or is it just like
PlayStation,
Xbox that has this?
it's just Xbox. PlayStation has PlayStation Now, but PlayStation Now is it's a different service. It's not like Game Pass. PlayStation Now is just like you can play titles from PS3, like older titles, but it's more like you pick the game. Like basically, I think you pay for the game as well. They don't have it. What I know is like Sony doesn't have a thing like Game Pass. Yeah, it's only Microsoft at this moment.
Okay. Well, for one, I don't think Nintendo will do this because Nintendo's just outdated with this. They would rather just have us pay like $60+ for a remaster of Skyward Sword.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, are these like included for like indie games on the Xbox Game
Yeah,
Pass? Like, okay.
yeah. Like yesterday, Boyfriend Dungeon was announced in the Nintendo
Yes.
thing, and it's just I always wanted to pay Boyfriend Dungeon, and then I opened Game Pass and it's right here, just add it to Game Pass for free, and I'm like, what, you know, like it's really really cool.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the future for the industry? Do you see us moving towards this kind of system where we don't buy games, we pay for a service? What do you think?
Hmm. Uh, It's just I'm a little biased because I don't really use subscriptions. Like I don't even have a Netflix.
Whoa.
Yeah, believe it or not. Um I mean it's successful for them though, right? This Game Pass?
It is, but Microsoft doesn't really put out the numbers. They only say that they have 23 million
Oh,
subscribers, and
fair.
we don't know like what if they were selling all those games separately. I think it might be safe to assume they'll be making more money out of it, because like a game is $60. Like if you're selling millions and millions of copy, you're probably gonna make more, and then like it's multiple releases too. So I don't
Yeah.
think it's the most lucrative business, which is also an
I,
interesting point.
yeah, and it also makes it like granted we have the e-store and like PlayStation has their store where you can just download it there, but it's like you don't have you'll already have access to it. You just need to make sure you download the game to play. And like
Yeah,
I'm sure there's like discounts and stuff, right?
yeah. People are saying in chat too, PlayStation has PlayStation Plus, but like PlayStation
Oh.
Plus is what they give you free games every month, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, here are 2 games. Like, you know, it's just like just free games every month. But for Game Pass, you have like, and the thing is, Plus doesn't even compare because for Game Pass, Microsoft is giving you, welcome everyone. Microsoft
Welcome.
is giving you games just released. Let's say the new Halo game when it comes out later this year is just going to be there for free. Of course, you're paying
Mm-hmm.
the subscription, but like it's a game that would cost $60, but
Yeah.
you're paying your 20 a month and you'll be able to play it without paying more, you know?
Yeah.
So do you, just to maybe tie it up, do you see it as a trend? You said Nintendo won't do, but you think this might be the way to go? Because you yourself, you said you don't have subscription service, like it doesn't appeal to you, maybe?
My fear is that I'm gonna forget about it, and I feel that there are definitely people that have an Xbox Pass, whatever, and have forgotten about it, and they just keep charging their card, and I don't want that. But like, I mean, if there are people actively playing on Xbox and like are using that, and I'm sure there are streamers that have it and are streaming games from it, like I think that would be a good deal for them. I'm not personally for it, just because I don't know. I'm afraid that someone's gonna just take my subscriptions. But I guess
So
if
is
they
that
want
the
that,
reason why you like don't have any subscriptions, or is there more to it? It's just like, oh, I don't want to forget that I'll pay.
I don't want to forget. Like that, I feel like I can be a very forgetful person, which is funny. It's like I'm either the most detailed person or I'm the most forgetful. So it's like you tell me do something like what'd you say to me? Who's your name? Who are you? Like what?
I must say it is real though, like that fear, because I remember I had Disney Plus to watch WandaVision. So I like WandaVision was out for like more than a month, and then I got Disney Plus on the exact day that a month, so like 4 weeks, when my subscription ended. I was gonna watch the last episode, and I want to cancel Disney Plus because then I watched everything up to that point.
My God.
What happened? Guess what happened? Of course, I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah, you forgot to cancel it. Yeah, and
So
it was
like,
almost
yeah, I can see that.
I will say WandaVision, oh, amazing. I watched it with a friend. I'm
Yeah,
just like, oh, and I'm
it is really
not a
good.
huge Marvel junkie,
Oh,
but like only because I haven't seen like half the stuff. Like I'm
yeah.
ignorant. I have seen Endgame, like okay, I know the conclusion, but like
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision, I relate to Wanda. I would love to dye my hair like Wanda's hair
which
color.
is nice. It's a good point to start too, because they just ended everything with Endgame. So now if you start watching all the shows, just like you're gonna start to catch up, and like you don't need to know what happened in the past. You can just like start fresh and maybe go for this new phase. It's what they call it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. WandaVision was really cool. I agree. So yeah, I think I don't think I really see this as a trend because, as I mentioned before, I don't think Microsoft is out here making a lot of money out of this. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they're like still like baby steps, you know, they're still starting with this. It'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. Like, what's the plan for the future? I think we'll see it change, but we might
Yeah.
also, if it grows, like we don't know if it grows, then I think we'll see a response from Sony. If it's still like how it is right now, if it doesn't grow, maybe the other companies will just, you know, ignore it, like it's fine. But if it grows, I think the other companies might be kind of obligated to like kind of have a response for it, because everyone will be like, look, I'm not paying for my Halo, I'm not paying for my Microsoft games, why do I have to pay $70 for this PlayStation game, you know?
Yeah. Fair.
The future will be interesting for sure.
I just hope they disclose more of the information, but I don't know if they will.
Oh no, Microsoft, at least, they never do put out the like sales numbers, anything like that. They're really protective of their numbers for even like console sales and stuff. They usually say, oh, we're up something percent in regards to where we were last year. So like people need to go after like and try to figure out how many units they sold. Unfortunately, it's something like, of course, I wish to know like as well, but it's a business decision, so there's nothing we can do.
Yep. We'll just sit back and wait for all the news to come out, or rumors, whatever is first.
For the sweet today, it's a really sweet gaming news that I had here today, and it's also with the theme. I love it. For the sweet today, I don't know if you're familiar. You're probably familiar with this. A game called Stray. It's coming out in early 2022.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Is it when you play as
a cat?
Yes.
Yes. So, it's so good to see. I have here like, it's so good to see a game where we play as a cat. We are cat lovers, so like I'm really excited for that game, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So it's really fun to see creativity in indie studios, what they're able to achieve, and and they've been getting more and more room in the industry, like with this creativity. You know, like you see a game like that, and it's definitely distinct. It's definitely something different from like everything you've seen. Do you like the shift where because I have a feel that this is like going on because past E3 this year it was like a lot of indie titles. So do you
Yeah.
like this shift where indie games are kind of taking over? Like it's all about the indies now?
I feel like though at some point I don't know. I'm trying to like try to compare it for like the giant AAA games, whatever. I
Hmm.
don't know if like they're still gonna think of like Mario games, but it's like it's refreshing to have new content. Like you're
Yeah.
like a new story, a new adventure, new battle system, new soundtrack. Like I think that's kind of the charm. There's also like indie games have a lot of love into it. Like you know that people were so passionate, like this was their dream to create this game of you playing as a stray cat, which is what I would also dream of doing.
Yep.
I guess. Oh
But
gosh.
like, yeah, but
Yeah.
like this creativity that they have. So do you wish the other big companies would have that too? Because so far we only seen it in indies. Like the big companies like to play it safe, not go
Hmm.
far into creating like crazy new things. Do you wish the big companies would also have that creativity?
I mean, I would. Couldn't you argue that they did that for Breath of the Wild in a way? Like a new idea, a new premise on the Legend of Zelda. Am I trying to defend it weird? Probably.
Uh, I was gonna say yes and no because
Yeah.
it is a new direction for the series, but you still have
Hmm.
the Ubisoft towers where you need to
Yeah.
go up on the towers and scan everything. So it is there's a
Hmm.
lot of new things in the game, but I see what you're saying. Like it's a new fresh air for the series, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for that. And I
Yeah.
guess oh gosh. I'm losing my train of thought. Like I had an idea. I'm sorry. I had an
No, it's
Idealia and I
okay. The
forgot.
I love the pun. The Because what I think is all these indie companies have all this creativity because I don't think we actually see all this creativity from the big companies. Like Nintendo is not out there putting out like really crazy new ideas. It's really rare for us to see that. That's what I was trying to go with the
Mhm.
question. Like if we actually want these companies to try new things, and like for me, I think I do because it's super nice. Like just having new fresh air, like with indie games. They do so many cool things. Just like look at Hades. Like Hades, I don't know if you ever played it. Like Hades is the pinnacle of roguelike for me, and
Mhm.
I wish studios would like AAA studios would put like a lot of work and creativity into the games. Not to say that they don't do, but when I say creativity, is just that newness of like thinking outside of the box kind of thing and trying to play not safe. Uh, here's something that I wanted to ask you too, because the indie studios are really creative. But do you think it comes to a place where they must differentiate themselves? Otherwise, they get no attention? Because it might be something that they they're like, oh, we have this idea, it's not good enough, we need to go crazier, we need to be different just to try and get attention to you, and then it kind of becomes a bad thing, like because it's not a creativity coming from something, but it's more pushed just to differentiate themselves in the industry.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think it
Repeat that.
might
Yeah.
come, yeah, do you think it might come from that place, or it's like this creativity comes from the feeling of wanting to be different?
I feel like it just kind of like their desire or like their goal that they have in mind. Like, do they want like surely they want people to play the game, but it's like, do they want the game to like explode and like, oh, look at all these glitches and everything or whatever? Or do they want like to take their time, take their energy and do it? Like, wasn't Cuphead like it took what 7 years for it to be released or something after
Oh,
we
I
heard
think, yeah, I
about it or
think it took a
whatever? And,
long
like,
time. Yeah.
yeah, but like Cuphead is amazing, frustrating, but amazing. And like, I just I want to see more of that from indie games. Like, regardless of how long the length is, like, I just want that original story and characters. Like, I just want something fresh.
So basically, to understand what you're saying, it's basically like, don't let this be different, kind of push your studio forward, but just like do your thing, and that way you're gonna get a spotlight on you. Like, if you do your thing, you're gonna get there, basically. I think I agree with you, but I feel like the industry itself, do you think the industry itself may force people, force these devs? Because the industry, we're all like, it's all about AAAs. You know, we were talking about how the indies are kind of showing up now, like kind of turning the game around. But of course, the AAAs are the ones getting more attention everywhere.
Of course.
So maybe, yeah, do you think the industry itself, like giving the media outlets, everything, giving the AAAs attention, might be putting the indies in disadvantage, kind of?
I mean, there's a lot that's already putting them at a disadvantage, though. So it's not just like comparing them to each other, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I know these topics are really difficult.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of answers. Like, there are words and just trying to unscramble them.
But yeah, to be honest, you said it, Greg, when you said that, like, when you gave the Cuphead example, it was really good, because you realize that, like, it comes from a place of passion, right? Like, the game came from a place of passion. So that's what the developers should do. Like, just think of your thing. Don't really think if that your game is gonna fail, for example, that your game is not different enough, right? Just like go for it, and you'll
go for it. Like, if the passion is showing through, like, people are going to be interested, people are going to share. Like, you just need to find like that, like, little audience that's like, "Ooh, did you guys hear about this game? Like, you play as a cup shooting monsters, like play as that." And then, like, "Oh, Cuphead, and then tell another friend, and then it's like the path of just network. So you just, I don't know, I just like seeing the passion. Like, as long as I get the passion in the game, please. Please.
Nice.
Just
I agree. For sure, yeah. So, like, yeah, don't let the industry pressure you, devs. Do your thing, and we're gonna feel it through the game. I agree.
Are we still in the
chat? So basically, that was the Cat Cafe, our 3 topics for today. I hope they were great.
Oh, I love cat cafes.
I really want to go to one day. Everyone in chat right now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This is the time. We talked about our gaming news. We talked about many things for everyone that just joined too. We had the interview portion where we talked about games, streaming, life. Delia, why don't you remind everyone right now where they can find you here on Twitch and everything like that, what you like to stream as well, while I just look at chat in the meantime and get some questions.
Oh, hi friends. I am over on twitch.tv/iDelia. You can see my username right below me, thankfully. Right over here. There.
Yep. That's right there.
But like, that's also my Twitter handle. I typically tweet like going live messages, but I also like retweeting typically pictures of cats or memes, whatever makes me smile first. I love usually Nintendo stuff is what I play. Nintendo Switch. At some point in my life, I'm gonna have a PC and do PC games. I'm not super interested in like PlayStation or Xbox consoles at the moment. Maybe that'll change if a game comes out. But yes, if you like cats, memes, puns, music, you're more than welcome to come follow. That's like a self-promo.
Nice. I recommend. We have a few questions here from Braxton. Favorite game of all time? I think we got into that earlier.
Yeah.
My response to that is my favorite game of all time is Persona 5. 100%.
Never say
Next question. Oh, I'm gonna start crying. I love that game. By the way, my first cat, if I can, of course I want to get a rescue. But my first cat, I want a black cat, and it's gonna be called Morgana. You know it because of Persona 5. 100%. Next question here by Brexton. This is a good one. I like it. What is your where is your dream vacation?
Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
Well, I feel like Italy, specifically Rome, is off the list. I've been there, but
I see.
No, it's okay. I would love to go somewhere in Rome, I think. Also Japan. Like, please, I would love to go to Japan. Like,
that is my
I would
answer.
love to go to the cherry blossom season. My friends are getting married next year. Their honeymoon is in the cherry blossom festival season, and I'm so jealous. And I'm like, I will hide in your suitcase to go to that.
Yeah, of course.
I guess Japan's one of them.
Yeah, that's my answer too. I really want to go to Japan. Like, that's my answer for now. It's like, after I go to Japan, I'll think of some other place, but Japan #1 for sure. Ooh, this is an interesting one, Braxton.
Okay.
I love these questions. If you could go back in time, what year would it be? If you could go back in time, to what year you would go to?
Oh gosh. Am I allowed to like fix errors if I go back, or is it like the taboo, like you can't touch this chair, otherwise like there's going to be a World War III? Like, is it going to have that butterfly
this
effect?
Is the thing. This is the thing that I love in movies, where like if you go back and you try to do something, it already happened. Like, you know, the future is already accounted for you being back there, you know, that kind of thing. So basically,
in that case, I probably would relive like 2017. I think that was one of my favorite years of my life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just that's when I had my senior recital, which as a music major, you basically play trumpet for like a whole hour or so. Like, things that I've been studying all year. Like, I had such a beautiful dress, and like that was the first time I really overcome my stage fright, and like so proud.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I had like wonderful friends, like wonderful family. Like, it just felt like the world was right then. So I just would like that easiness again.
I was here thinking, like, do I want to go to the French Revolution? Do I want to fight in the French Revolution? Where do I want to go? My answer will be French Revolution. I want to go and fight on the French Revolution. I don't know. That's the first thing I thought.
Okay.
Darian here has a question. Whoa, that's a good one, Darian. Maybe I should add this one to the question that I always ask. What's your absolute favorite food, or maybe place to go to get food?
You can ask my chat. They will tell you that I basically have soy sauce in my veins because I love eating sushi. I am obsessed with sushi. I had some earlier today.
Nice.
I love seafood, like seafood sushi. Like, please, if there's anything seafood related, I would love to eat that. Oh, I think my camera froze.
It should come back in a bit.
Come back, me. At least it was a good face this time. Come back.
Is it Discord internet?
Here,
my computer?
Can I like turn off and turn on my camera? Will that fix it?
Nope. No. Oh, yeah, it might fix it.
Oh.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that little hiccup.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay, we're back. But yes, seafood, sushi, anything like that, I'm obsessed.
I think my answer is I want to say burgers. I think burgers, absolute favorite food is burger, but it's just not any burger. My absolute favorite food is In-N-Out Burger. That also answers the question on where to go get food. Is In-N-Out Burgers absolute favorite food?
Will you be offended if I said I have never been to In-N-Out?
Oh no, I won't be offended.
Yeah, I figured you'd be like, I have my pitchfork and you're sharpening it right now.
Of course not. It's because In-N-Out too is like, it's only in the West Coast, and just like they also have it in Las Vegas. There's like a little bit outside of California, but like it's difficult to go. You know, if you live it on the other side of the country or anything like that, it's like, it's fine. Now, if you live in California and you've never been to, then I'll be offended.
I live in the exact opposite of California.
Yeah, okay, that's not... No, yeah, you can't. It's fine. In-N-Out's really good, but people fight over Shake Shack and In-N-Out. I like Shake Shack as well. Shake Shack is great. I still prefer In and Out, but
Never heard of it. I'm clueless. I'm ignorant.
Paradox with a question here.
Okay.
Favorite dog breed?
I grew up with corgis.
Corgis are so
They're
cute.
kind of a soft spot in my heart.
If I were to answer that, I think I would say beagles. And it's the same reason, just like I grew up, I had a few dogs here and there. I had a Yorkie. I had a I forgot the name of the other one. But like my mom has a beagle right now, and I love the Holly is the name of the beagle, and I love Holly so much. And I'm like, okay, my favorite is beagles. Beagles are cute.
My friend actually streams on Twitch, and she has a beagle named Molly. And occasionally Molly will be on stream, and she'll put like her sunglasses on her, and I'm just like,
no, my heart would melt. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Any more questions, everyone? Feel free to ask. We still have a little bit more time. But I love the food question. That's really interesting, right? That's something I forget to ask, but I guess food we're really passionate about.
That is something I like to ask whenever I'm like in a new person's stream. I'm like, so what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to eat? Like, what are your favorite foods? Like, do you have a favorite movie? Like, I will tell you one of my favorite movies is Free Guy.
I saw that. Whoa.
So funny. It's so good. Yes, Free Guy is so worth it. I love that movie so much. It acknowledges Twitch. Like, there are Twitch streamers in the movie. And I'm just like,
I should watch it. Damn.
Yes, you should.
That's awesome. My favorite movie is Interstellar, actually.
Ooh, that's
I
a
love
good
Interstellar.
one. Yes. So do you like space? Kind of like all of that?
Space. Yeah, it's space. Like, I love space, and then I also love time travel. And then that movie is both of them. So I'm just like, this is my favorite movie of all time.
Nice.
Yeah. You mentioned early on the stream too that you have a sweet tooth. So what's your favorite? Yeah. What's your what do you like the most in regards to like sweets? What's your favorite?
I love like lemon flavored desserts. Like lemon cheesecake, lemon bars, like lemon cake. I'm obsessed with. Like, I love that lemon sweet. Like, it's like almost like a sour sweet, and it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start drooling.
I love Oreos. To me, like, of course,
Those are good.
Yeah, birthday cake Oreos to me are like top tier. But I of course like ice cream. My favorite ice cream flavor is cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough. Do you have a favorite one? Is it also like someone with lemon?
Oh, with ice cream? Okay, so here's my answer, because I'll have vanilla, but the thing is I love toppings. So I'll put earlier we also had ice cream after the movie. Like vanilla, and I had like some sprinkles. I had some popping boba.
Yeah.
I love that. I love boba. That's a great drink, everyone. Like, one of my emotes, the s'more emotes, just s'more drinking out of a boba.
Nice. Yeah, Crime mentioned here, Interstellar might be also Crime's favorite movie. That or Tron Legacy. It's been a long time since I watched Tron Legacy, actually, but I remember it being really good.
Oh my gosh, yes.
If you could only... Paradox here... Wait, that's a funny question, but if you could only hydrate with only one brand of water, what would it be? Is that a meme question for you?
Okay, so some backstory. Paradox is the Hydrate leader in the chat. So he's the one like, you haven't been drinking water in 2 minutes, and like spam like 17 hydrates.
Speaking of it, let me
please, this is like not tap water. I don't know. I like this Deer Park one.
That's my answer too. It's like, well, not
like
tap
anything
water.
but tap. Yeah.
Any other water I'll drink. It's water. Drink water, people. It's really good. It's really important. Brexton, I like that question. Brexton asks favorite Marvel character, but I guess we already said that iDelia don't really have that like familiarity, right, with Marvel. But what is your favorite if you have to pick one?
I mean, I really love Wanda from WandaVision, but I also like, look, I'm the basic, and I'm just like, yes, women power. Like, I love.
Oh, that's not basic. Come on, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. I never
I
thought
also
about that.
also really like Iron Man. Like, who doesn't though?
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Love that boy, that man.
I never thought about that. I think, like, if I were to have one of the movies that I most enjoyed that I enjoyed the most in the Marvel, the MCU was probably Black Panther. So maybe I'll
Ooh,
say Black Panther. I really like that movie. It was really, really good. Maybe
that was
that
an
because
amazing movie.
because I never gave it thought. Just like which of these is my favorite character exactly, but I never thought. So like I'll say Black Panther. I really
Oh, if we're
actually
talking about that, I love Shuri. Shuri
oh
from Black Panther.
yes,
Freaking love her. What are those?
yeah, Shuri is great.
What a
I
queen.
must say, I feel obliged to say though, Shuri is great. The actress that plays Shuri, not so much. I'll just leave it as that.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
okay.
just say she has been posting some anti-vax stuff. So
Oh,
not the best.
mm.
Yeah, the
Well,
character is great.
look, there's more
Yeah,
questions in the chat. Haha.
yeah. Forget about that one. But
Forget about
Doctor Strange is really cool too. I'm gonna put Doctor Strange up there. I love Doctor
it.
Strange. Uh, Paradox. One superpower good.
Like,
Do you mean
what power
like
I would want?
yeah? What power we I thought maybe like if you had a superpower, let's make that a question. Like if you had a superpower, which one would it be?
I like the idea of like telekinesis, like being able to like
Ooh,
control something from afar.
yeah,
Because like you wouldn't just be limited to just that object. Like I could literally lift myself and like levitate like that. Like I like to think about it maybe from Raven from Teen Titans. Like I would like
yeah,
to like have that power.
for sure. I think I would like teleportation. I'm gonna basically toss this really deep cut of a movie here. Jumper. I don't know if you remember Jumper. I think it's called
Yes, I
Jumper.
remember Jumper. I played the video
So
game for it.
basically, there's a video game for it.
Yeah, on Xbox 360 there was.
So basically, I would have like a teleport, just like Jumper. Oh, can you imagine just like going anywhere you want? See, ARPA Jumper was awesome. I agree. Jumper was dope. Come on, everyone. I love this Jumper love right now because I kind of
Sure.
remember that Jumper was good, but at the time it was like it's not. People were like, yeah, like it's not the best movie, you know. But I loved it.
I've played the game before the movie and I was like, there's a movie?
Yeah, just like wait a second.
Mhm. There we go. Thanks, Moy.
Any more
Yep.
questions, everyone? Uh, the game Paradox said the game was bad. The game sucked. Do you agree?
I mean, as a kid who didn't play very like popular AAA games growing up, and usually these random games that if I were to say, "Hey, I played Cameo Elements of Power and Blue Dragon and Enchanted Arms," you're just like, "What did you just say to me?" Like to me, it was okay, but
Yeah.
now since I know what better games are, it's probably not that great anymore.
After you play like a Breath of the Wild, you're like, oh, now I understand.
Ah, yes.
I have
Yep.
a question, maybe the last question here.
Okay.
Just how is it to have such a cute cat and be able to pet it whenever you want?
You see, you have to raise it as a kitten, and then she'll have this like
Oh.
separation anxiety. Oh, no, don't bite me. She bit me. She's no. Nah, she's amazing. And so I actually didn't
Nice.
say like the reason I chose her out of the three. So like obviously
Mhm.
there were three other cats. And so the thing is I like sat down on the bed and I had my legs kind of crossed and like we put the kittens on the bed. She went into my lap and laid there. Like she chose me. So this was fate that she is my cat. Oh, she's biting me.
I'm just gonna start crying right now. That's the cutest. That's
She's so cute.
awesome.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can try to find a picture. It's like the very first picture I had with her, and she's so small.
It was like
Uh,
4 weeks, 5 weeks, like that
had to,
window.
yeah, she could fit in my hand like this,
Hmm.
like both of my hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, watching a lot of YouTube cat videos, I'm kind of a cat. I have a lot of cat knowledge. It's like because I know that like 4 or 5 weeks is when they're basically good to be separated and go into adoption, basically. I think like 5 weeks. She must have been so cute.
It was. I'm like looking for the picture. I'm doing my best. I have too many pictures of her. I literally can just share pictures of my cat the whole time.
If I had a cat, exactly. If I had a cat, that would be my
Yeah.
that would be my album 100%.
Look how many pictures of you there are. I recently like found a kitten at the park. We named her like my friend and I were walking like to our cars, and I hear like the faintest mew, and like it was a raspy one, as in you can tell this cat has been meowing a lot. And I just look over, I'm like, cat, where? Like my instincts. And then I see this cat like on a rock wall, like a little crevice, and I just see this little face, and I'm just like, I have to take care of you. And adopt it, but like every day I would go out to feed the cat in the morning before it got too hot, made sure it ate and like had water. And at some
But he got adopted, you were saying?
I did take her to the humane shelter.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
She's not on the adoption list yet because they're still doing like medicine, but that's what she looks like. This is Snickers.
Oh,
so
I really hope Snickers finds like a good family.
Like, but the hour before I took her in, like I was in the back seat, the car was off, and then she crawled out from under the seat, and literally she was just purring and climbing on me and like headbutting me. She was so pretty.
Yeah.
Like, how did someone lose you? She never hissed once. Like there was only like meows. Like she just needed love. Like
it might not be with the rock. She might not be like a feral, yeah.
I don't know if someone like dropped her off.
Yeah,
that's what it weird. Feels like. But like she was decent condition. Like there was not really much wrong with her fur except her little nose. But like other than that, like she looked fine. Her fur was like soft. Maybe kitten. Yeah. I don't know. I just miss this cat. I miss cats.
Toxic Nate is saying, what about Boots? I think they want some Boots love. That you said that Boots is the
yeah, the smelly boy. He's okay. He has like the highest meow I've ever heard. It's like meow, like super high, and S'more's just like, but S'more and Boots are spicy though. Whenever they're really near each other, especially on stream, she'll be like, "Get off!" and like smack.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Boots is such a coward. If chat loves him though. Chat's just like, nice. Oh my god, Boots, and I'm just like, why? What is about him that you like?
Are you looking for the picture of S'mores?
Yeah, the baby one. I still can't find it. Here. I think I know where to go. Hold on. I'm stalling. I don't even know the definition of stall.
I'm looking at chat, looking if there's any more questions as well. Questions. But yeah, everyone, the show was awesome. Today I really liked it, Delia. It was awesome.
Thanks for having me. It was fun. It was definitely new.
Yeah. Yeah, how was like your first, because you're saying it was like kind of your first experience being like a podcast show, like a talk show. Did you like it?
I definitely wasn't expecting like the cat cafe portion, and my brain just definitely shut off. But like other than that,
it's all good. We had fun.
Yes. It was really fun though. Like I do appreciate the variety of questions instead of like just the basic, like I definitely didn't want to give the one answer, but it was nice to have that variety.
For sure, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for being here. I'm stalled now. I'm stalling because I'm like, maybe we'll see this picture of S'mores as a kid.
I can't find her. Where is she? Where are you? Where are you, S'more? And she's just like, please don't show. I literally all these other pictures.
Paradox is sending some love right now too. Sending some love to you, Paradox.
Thank you. S'more says thanks. Oh man, I didn't even say, like she has like a little cat tree, and it looks like a spur, and it's right underneath my feet.
That's so cute.
Would you like to see it?
Yes. Immediately, just immediate yes.
Look at this.
Whoa!
It's amazing. Perfect. It's my footrest. I literally use it below my desk for a footrest. But get out of the way. Goodness, get over here. But yes, I'm sorry. I can't find the picture. I'll put it in my Discord.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Arvo was saying Nobody likes their childhood photos shown off. S'mores would be like, no, yeah. S'mores is like, Mom, don't show my pictures when I was a baby, please.
Don't. You're embarrassing me, mother.
You're embarrassing me. Yeah, Paradox was sending some love. Thank you so much.
No, thanks,
and Braxton asked, bread, yes or no? I'm gonna say no, actually.
No,
because
bread?
Just because it's a difficult question, but I'll say no because bread is a lot of carbs. So you can cut bread, not necessarily cut bread altogether, but cut a little bit of bread on everyone's diet. It should be good. It's better and healthier. No, ARPA is saying, how do I unsubscribe?
I mean,
it's just because of the carbs.
Bread. I know
bread
there
is
are
good.
so many carbs, but like, I love bread.
Yeah, bread is good. Bread is good. I'm just... It's just because I'm doing a diet and carbs is a lot, so, you know. Cut the bread, everyone. But bread is delicious. Come on. All right, yeah, let me thank you again, Delia, for being here. The show was awesome. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation, for being here. Everyone, I know Delia already said it, but you guys can find Delia here on Twitch. You guys can see on screen right now the Twitch handle where you guys can go to follow the channel. I highly recommend it. The content is really good. Also, I almost forgot this. I wanted to say as well. Everyone follow Delia on Twitter because following Delia on Twitter was the best decision I ever made on my life because you retweet all these cat pictures and everything. And I'm like, my timeline is blessed. So I highly recommend it. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say to everyone? Say goodbye. Yeah. The floor is yours.
Just thank you so much, everyone that joined. I know we had a few members of my community, and it makes me happy to see you guys here. Yeah. Not just because I was spamming it like all week, like, hey, podcast Friday, but thank you for bearing with my answers. Sometimes it's difficult for my like brain to process what I'm trying to say, even though like I speak before I think sometimes. So that's really what the fear of what today was going to bring to me. But other than that, like, I had a great time. I think I talked decently.
It was great. I must say, don't worry about it. It was amazing. It was super good having you here.
Thanks. It was nice meeting you too. Guys, give him a follow if you haven't already.
Come on. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate the support. We'll be back next Friday with another guest and the show. So yeah, thank you so much, Delia. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll go to a be right back right now. And then I'll be right back, and then I'll see all the follows and everything else. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. See you guys in a bit.